And we are finally here, guys. Last episode, season finale, episode 8, and finally Black Bolts. We're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Very appropriate song, I would say, right?
Yeah.
How's it going, AfterBuzzers? I am your lead host, Zach Silverman. You can find me all across social media at Zach with a CH, Silverman 2. We're on our last episode. Here's my panel. Guys, tell them where you can find everyone.
I'm Ashley Brinkman. You can find me at Ashley_Brinkman. All right. I don't know. Out with the bang or...
Yeah.
Are we going to continue?
Out with the bang. We'll see. Out with the bolts.
Right?
Out with the bolts.
There we go.
What's up, everybody? I am Keith Andre here. You can follow me everywhere at Keith_Andre, and we are at the end of the road.
We are. Season finale. Ish.
It was
Maybe.
it was the
yeah,
season
it was
finale.
the season finale. Some cliffhangers left for us. We don't
Yes.
know. Will there be a season 2?
Dum, dum,
Not
dum.
confirmed or denied yet.
No. Inhumans on Earth.
Yeah.
Right?
Could be
Yes.
interesting.
Could be very interesting. Let's get right into it. What'd you think? I mean, the title, and finally Black Bolts. We finally got Black Bolts.
We've been waiting.
We've been waiting.
We've been so invested.
I feel like it should have been called "And Finally a Little Bit of Black Bolt." We got a little bit. We got a little bit.
We got a little bit, but you know what? We got some good. We got a flashback of Black Bolt that we have seen before, but I think we got
to see more.
to see more. It's appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see some more pieces to the puzzle, and I feel like our expectation was that we were only just going to get a little bit of Black Bolt. So, in one hand, he said more than, what we could have thought. He gave
Yeah.
us 2 words.
Yeah.
So,
Which was
I'll
great.
take
It
I
was so
very
appropriate.
happy
I
about
love that.
We're
was a
jumping
great-
way ahead.
I know,
we
Yeah,
jumped
but
all the
look,
way
that
to the
was.
end.
I'm gonna say that was an awesome moment. I connected
Yeah.
with him. I was just like,
Finally.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting episode though, guys. We had a lot of questions and answered, and a lot of new questions proposed, which is a little bit upsetting if we're not going to get a second season. But let's get into the episode and see what your thoughts and everything were. We start off right where we left off last episode. We're in the bunker. We have Black Bolt and family with Maximus, and he just explained that the whole
Right.
dome is going to come down. And if he doesn't, get to the control room every hour, bye-bye, Attilan. Bye-bye, Attilan. I don't know. What do you think? I kind of was just like, oh, that's an easy fix. Chop his hand off, But they...
Yeah, I mean they're so evolved now because like because of their
Inhumans
time.
evolved? What do you mean? Like,
Yeah, just
Okay.
the royal family. I feel like they've all changed
oh, they
because of their
totally
time.
all have, yes.
Yeah, I feel like they would have chopped his hand off and been like, "Okay, bye-bye."
Right.
You can stay here.
Yeah,
and,
but-
yeah.
They totally have become better people. So
I really have.
it just
This
wasn't in the cards.
This episode, I really liked Medusa. I was not a fan of Medusa most of the season up until, I guess, unfortunately, the last episode.
Yeah.
But she really won me over today.
I mean, I thought she was cool. I feel like she was like, in a lot of ways, very like cliche. I mean, with the things that she was saying, what she provided to the episode, I thought it was a little cliche. I do feel as a whole, of course, we wanted to go out with a bang, and they did a good job of trying to get our questions answered, kind of, because we've invested, 8 episodes at this point. We've been
seriously,
waiting
yeah.
to see what's going to happen to Maximus, what's going to happen to Attilan. So we got some questions answered, but I am glad that there's still a little bit of curiosity. So there's a little hope, that maybe we can kind of come back and flesh the story out just a bit more.
Yeah.
But I think they did a good job of just trying to at least wrap it up so that as a viewer, you walk away like knowing what happened. In some
And it's
ways.
like a complete character arc. I think Medusa went like full circle. Like
She really did.
Yeah.
I would
Great.
say for
Yeah.
all the characters, that's why I enjoyed her the most right now, because I finally get to see her complete arc where she, was just like ruthless bitch, for lack of words. I'm sorry, viewers. I
what
didn't mean to
or
say
a
it, but
strong, powerful,
strong, powerful woman. Thank you. There, see,
you go.
yeah.
Yikes.
My vernacular isn't the best, so.
Oh, God.
No, she was kind of mean. I agree.
She was very mean.
She was.
But to see her arc, I think she became my favorite character on the entire show. Granted, we had a lot of characters to go through,
There
so
were
we
many.
couldn't get everybody's arc.
She was great. Did you guys notice that Black Bolt gave her more power as a leader.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, great,
because they're
yeah.
kind of equals now.
Yeah, I liked his
Instead of
arc
him-
too, even though he didn't say much.
He didn't say anything,
Yeah,
really.
yeah, yeah.
I think he had 3 words during the entire. Wait, no, he was speaking before he got his powers, right? Wasn't there a flashback where he was
He
speaking?
didn't speak in
The
the
younger-
flashback.
No.
He didn't.
Well,
Before he had his powers, I thought there was a flashback before he had his powers.
all I
could
remember
be-
is
I
him
could
saying
be
why
coming-
and goodbye,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
So those are the 3.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But
I did catch that moment at the end there where it was like he was giving her more kind of leeway. I get that they're equals, of course they're king and queen, but there was like this moment where she recognized like, oh, these can be my words, and you know I can speak to the people. So I think her arc was beautiful, and another key character was definitely Louise. I think she was probably my favorite.
Oh, she's so
favorite
sweet.
human
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
of the season.
Perfect.
For sure.
Yeah.
She was. I wish she got to the moon. I wish she was able to go to the moon.
I know.
I felt like the fact that she didn't, and her dad, even though it was his ashes, made it
Yes.
to the moon. I felt like that was enough for her.
That was enough.
I really
I mean,
liked that.
her whole reason of going to the moon was because her father never got to.
Exactly.
So if she still has an opportunity to do that, there
Good
you
to
go.
go.
Yeah. So there were some really touching moments actually throughout the
Yeah.
episode. I enjoyed. I enjoyed it. I was looking for an action-packed episode. I'm sorry. Episode 8, last episode.
There was a lot of storylines to kind of tie in. Yeah.
Tie in, tie up, but still, I
Yeah,
just kind
and-
of.
Yeah, I think the expectation, because I feel like in many ways we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for just some jam-packed action. We got a little bit of it, but we didn't really get to kind of, get our mouths wet with like super action. And so it was this expectation that in the season finale you're just gonna like let it all hang out,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be that. But I feel, I don't know, maybe just from the writer's perspective, that they were just trying to like
They're
give a
stretching it out.
story and then try to give us a little piece to if we could go
Get a
to a
second
season 2,
season,
there's
yeah.
these different ways that we can
See,
grow.
I thought at least we would get to see Max go through Terragenesis. The entire
Either
season.
Terragenesis or kill him. I feel like we deserve
No, but then
to
that
have
would take
one.
away from everything that they learned. Because
I
they're.
felt like his ending was great. Like, oh, the ultimate. You are.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were jumping to the very end, but I thought
You
that
can't
was
help it.
fantastic. I like that.
Yeah. It was very befitting of him.
And it was suiting, because then it was also kind of like a reversal of roles, because for years Black Bolt had to just be isolated this whole thing, and now no,
No,
I'm
he
not going to
gets to be
kill
isolated,
you
yeah.
because that's what you want me to do.
Yeah.
Here you are in this bunker that you can live forever. They told us.
It was kind of really on the nose. Black Bolt wasn't even speaking, and Maximus is having his it's almost like an inner dialogue. Every time Max talks, it's like an inner dialogue that he's saying outwardly. So he's like, we're in the bunker, where there's
Right.
food and water that could last us a lifetime.
Right.
I
I
guess
agree.
we'll be here, brother. And then literally he'd think he'll like just walk out the door and then like leave him there. I don't know. It's just kind of on the nose, but it answered the questions of like, you're just gonna leave your brother to die.
Yeah.
Essentially, he kind of is gonna, but I don't know. There's always the possibility of Lockjaw, right? They could go visit. It's almost like a jail cell.
You can go visit.
You can. You can go, hey, Lockjaw, take me to the bunker, because it's apparently the first structure that was built on the moon.
It's true. Maybe if the show does continue, that could possibly happen, and all the
Yeah.
crystals are on Earth. They're safe. So
We're really jumping ahead, but did you guys notice
Right.
the end with the chair lighting up blue? Like as
Yeah.
if those
I
were
did.
crystals as well? So what if like Max can get to that part and go through Terragenesis?
I don't know. I feel like he would have used them already. Don't you think?
I don't know. I mean, something was active. There's a lot. I mean, like we
saw that. I
we
felt
had a
like-
lot of questions answered, but then a lot of new questions proposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool because I don't know. I could be really jumping ahead on this, but I mean, obviously, this is in the Marvel universe. It was intended to be alongside of like Thor, Iron Man, and the Avengers, and all that kind of stuff. Black Bolt, a few times in the episode, spoke of a greater enemy than Maximus or the humans. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I
What
know.
else is out there?
I know what else is out there, given the movies that we've seen so far. I don't know. Maybe the chat can fill us in a little bit. Ivan, you're always on this. I'm gonna throw it out there. I hope it's Thanos. I don't know if you guys know who Thanos is.
I
but
don't.
You don't?
I do.
You do? Okay, cool. Well,
great.
that's a whole nother conversation. We'll get back into the episode.
Oh my God.
So let's try and get back on track. We had Luis and Medusa. They talked. They got the, the ashes. We're going to go to the moon and whatnot.
Yes.
And then we have the comeback of Gorgon. Who's
Yeah.
alive.
Oh yeah.
He's alive. It's
I
a little-
don't
How do you guys
I don't
feel
know how I
about
feel
that?
about that.
I think I see where I think I see where they're
He's a little
going with it.
Right.
So he is a minotaur. Was that what it is? Right? He's supposed to have the hooves and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, he doesn't have the horns. So I think maybe going through Genesis made him more of a minotaur and less of a human. So maybe kind of notice how he was like hunched over, kind of like animalistic, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what he was trying to get at, but didn't really land so much for me.
That's a good point, though.
But he was still in there. I loved how Karnak was just like, he's in there still. It's still him.
Right. I just don't know that I needed, like,
All
I
the
don't know.
grunts and
Right.
all the like, do I recognize you? Do I not recognize
Yeah.
you? We're family.
Or
we're
just
not.
that we have to have the complete royal court come back so that we can move on. Like,
Yeah.
We also needed to know what would happen had someone gone through
Terror
Terror
Genesis.
again.
Mm-hmm.
And
Again,
you
that's-
know, they needed to like show that, and I
Yeah.
guess with his.
But that proposes another question because he was already an Inhuman. But if Max goes through it, he's a human. Will that happen to him? We don't know.
Yeah.
We
did
didn't
he
get to
become-
find out.
Don't know.
Is there a way to become more human?
Ah,
You know,
no.
like,
Oh, God.
Maybe we will find out. But Gorgon and Karnak were locked in the safe room.
Yeah. So they were in the same. Oh man. Okay. I
What?
had issues with that.
Someone has feelings about
I
that.
Oh my
had
God.
Major feelings. Okay. Karnak was just like, well, Gorgon was trying to bust out with his feet. Awesome. Cool. Karnak's like, yeah, that's not gonna work. I built this for Black Bolt. How did you build it for Black Bolt when you were a kid with him? Like, aren't they cousins? Kind of the same age, right? There's flashbacks of them when they're younger.
But they get their powers when they're
Yeah.
like teens. So I think they're like 13 or so when they go through it.
So Gorgon built
Karnak.
Karnak. I'm just going through it. Karnak builds this entire dome, and we see this dome, like right when Black Bolt gets his powers too. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, he gets put right into it. It was like built for Inhumans that were too powerful, like Mordor, Mordant,
Mortis. Yeah.
I'm all over the place tonight. Sorry, guys. Lord of the Rings and
Well, he specifically said it was built for
For-
sonic sound.
yes,
Right.
For,
yes, which I was okay
Black
with. Why he could like bust through it. I just wasn't okay with him like saying I built this for Black Bolt when I feel like he
I get
didn't
what you're
because
saying.
they were the same age, you know.
I
Yeah,
actually
but he
don't
still could have
know.
been more enhanced. I mean, his powers are all about his mind and all of that. So he could have, or I don't know. I'm like, how much can you know,
I know.
just
I'm
buy into
I'm
it?
getting really into it. I
Right?
shouldn't.
Like super particular.
You know what I saw?
Karnak
A
was a
redeeming
smart
factor.
kid.
He was a smart kid. I don't know if you guys picked up on this. Karnak, when he was sneaking around, used the boost that he got from last episode from his family, saying like, "Look, you could like," or was it? It was from Gorgon, where he's like, "Oron doesn't know that you don't know." So he kind of did that same thing again to those guards. He's like, "I could kill you 3 different ways."
Right.
Trying to play that card again.
Exactly.
Little did he know his powers weren't working. And there's a guy right behind him. And I was just like, "Oh."
Right? Because
But it
for
was
a second,
cool.
I was thinking that, did he
got
get his powers back?
That's exactly what I was
And then I was
thinking.
like, oh my gosh, somebody's right there like,
You saw it on his face too. He was just like, oh.
Oh, this isn't gonna work.
I
Twice.
tried.
I wish.
I tried.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was nice. It was funny. Yeah, man. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me about. I wouldn't even say what you think about the episode.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I like the episode. It definitely answered a lot of questions.
Okay.
It tied together all of those nicely. I would have liked to see more action as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. More action.
We got to
would've been
see
preferred.
We had a
more
little
of
fight.
Triton fighting.
Yeah, and I
he's
like to see
badass.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, we could
See?
have had him more the whole episode.
And I was
Yeah.
the whole season.
The whole season. You
I
held
was just-
out. You did.
Like those sword things, like he's so good.
Yeah, those things are really cool.
I'm
It's
really
like a bent
glad we got
sword,
to
right?
see. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to see some of him, but I would have loved to see more of his fighting skills and swimming. more.
Oh
some-
man, Maximus said that one thing to him. He's just like, how good of a king could it be to like keep you locked up on the moon when like your Genesis is to become like a water-based Inhuman, and there's no water on the moon. Like
Right.
that, I was just like, man, Max is like, he's still right in a lot of scenarios and a lot of things that he says. He's still right, and like I get where he's coming from and why he did what he did. He just got too crazy.
Yeah, and
way
he's always
too-
going to be right because he uses what he knows to manipulate people. So I'm just going to
manipulator.
play into what I need you to do to go my way.
Yep.
I feel like this episode should have been called Maximus the Mad, because he
Oh my
really
God,
went
that
crazy.
would be amazing.
Yeah,
title.
and he ran the I mean, it was all, in many ways, it was a lot about him and
Mm-hmm.
his own character's trajectory, because from the onset we saw that he wanted to be king. I did like when we saw what's his name,
Bernaja.
Yeah, so I like, every time we kind of get to see like his ability, because I think that he lied again in some ways.
The writers played that
He tried
really
to-
well for us.
right?
The
That was
writers
great.
did that really good for us, because I was like, oh, this kid's like scared shitless of him. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's just gonna lie to him, tell him what he wants. He didn't.
Yeah,
He gave him the truth.
he
I
gave
was
him the
like,
truth.
hey,
That's
all right,
the truth.
good for
You're
you,
gonna be
man.
King of Attilan.
King of Attilan and Black Bolt will be nowhere to be found.
Yeah, but I think it gives them, if there is a season 2, a lot of room to explore.
We
If
have a ton.
everybody
of
is
room.
on the Earth. They said what, 14,000 is the
There's
population?
14,000 of the population of Attilan,
Yes.
which is interesting. I thought, wait, no, 1,400. I thought they said.
Was it?
Was it 1,400 or 14,000?
Both are small for a population.
Both are
so-
small for a pop.
Yeah.
But again, it is like a crater in the moon, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could see 14,000 being like a decent amount, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know.
it was 1,400. I don't
so.
know, but either way, I expected. Did you expect it to be more people on Attilan, or?
I guess
about-
maybe the way, like every time they had like the overview, like
Yeah.
shots, it made it look really big. So I just expected it to be a lot more populated. But
Mhm,
I mean, obviously extras and all that for casting, it would be hard to do. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know actually how many Inhumans there are, but
Yeah.
I didn't expect there to be too many, just because they are a special breed of people.
yeah,
True.
and they moved from Earth to the moon,
and
and
I
so
feel
it'd
like if
be
there's
hard.
too
Yeah.
many, it kind of takes away from their, them being
Uniqueness,
special.
yeah. So yeah,
For sure.
that makes a lot of sense. I like that. And I mean, how many of those crystals could they really have? Especially they're like.
Well, they can make them now, so.
Did I miss that? What
They
do you?
make
Where?
them, don't they?
I don't know. Where did we
thought they
see
did.
that?
I thought we heard somewhere that they were mining the crystals. That's what they were doing.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that makes
thought
sense.
that I heard that.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Maybe someone in the chat knows.
not sure.
no.
I'm not sure. And I think we got to see a lot on this episode of return of like this sibling, this brother rivalry, like that we saw early on in the season, and now we got to, get to see a close of that as well, because now there is like this companionship or like brother relationship.
Well, we saw
that
the
they have.
love again. We saw
Right,
like the
exactly.
you're talking not like the fighting brother companionship. You mean like
right,
the actual
and
like
just
brother
overall,
brother.
we got to see the
Yeah.
brother to brother. So yeah, we
Well,
got
we
to
had
see
that like
their soft
interesting.
side too.
Yeah, we had that like flashback that was. I mean, they kind of hinted to it last episode where Maximus was just like, yeah, like. What did he say? He said, "You didn't really kill your parents. So I killed.
Oh yeah,
I
and
killed our parents or
when
something
they
like
met
that."
in the control room, just the two of them.
Yeah.
Right.
He like admitted
He
to.
forged their parents' signature on some papers,
Yeah.
allowing the council to
To-
do brain surgery on
Yeah.
Black Bolt to
Because
kind
he's
of take away
too
his power.
powerful. What did you think of that little flash? I mean, was that necessary? Give me your thoughts on all this.
I don't know if it was necessary.
Right.
I almost felt like it was kind of like filler.
Yeah.
I felt like Black Bolt already had his plan and he knew what he was going to do. He's a very calculated person, I think.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't think it was
Well, up until
necessary.
that point, Maximus was saying that Black Bolt was. Maximus was telling us in a flashback that Black Bolt doesn't want to be king, and he was like, "I don't want to be king. It's yours." But we saw another flashback where the head of
right.
genetic council was telling him something about like a greater enemy.
Yeah, Black
and-
Bolt is the only power who would be
which-
able to defeat it. So you'd have to be king.
Which actually, now that if I think about to the comics, I almost am right. I think I'm right about who I said it was.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah. I can't remember this storyline, but yeah. Because we saw like a picture of like a universe or something, right? Did you guys catch that? In that like little pop-up little screen thing that he had, and they were looking at like whatever it was.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was something there.
there was something there.
I don't know if that flashback was necessary as far as having Max, be this horrible person that forges your parents' signature.
I
just
kind
so-
of
like
I kind
that
of
was a
needed
lot.
that. I
Really?
needed
That's a
that
lot.
because I didn't understand where the switch happened for Maximus. Like I get it, you're a human, everyone else is inhuman, but you're part of the royal family. People still treat you like a royal.
So you feel the switch was
the switch was the fact that
Black Bolt
was
decided
like
that he had to be king.
he didn't decide. He outweighed the benefits and understood
Right.
why he needed to be king. Which in my eyes that's like the ideal king already. That makes
Yeah.
sense. He is he was meant to be king regardless. of his powers or not, because of his like.
Well, he was the firstborn.
Well,
That's
duh.
like that's
I mean,
it.
by like his
that's
moral
why.
standards and like
Oh,
how
I
he
see.
handles himself, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yes,
But
he was first.
Also, why the flashback wasn't necessary is just because the whole season we hear Maximus talking about how everyone rejected him, and like there was so much reason as to why he was going crazy. Like we didn't actually need that.
But we never
extra info.
knew why if we assume everyone rejected him, that means Black Bolt rejected him. We never knew why Black Bolt rejected him.
Well,
But
we're
Black
talking
Bolt
about
didn't know about that until he confessed it.
But there was 2 flashbacks we're talking about.
Right.
Here,
So you keep going back to yours, and we kind of keep.
yeah, you're going back to.
We keep
Wait,
talking.
you're going back to the forgery.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I'm sorry. The forgery thing, we definitely did
Right.
not need that.
No,
I'm
thank
sorry.
you.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was unnecessary.
This whole time I
Although,
thought you were like for it. I
I'm
was like,
sorry.
Right.
No. The
I was
forgery.
not gonna let you have it. She's like, no, we didn't.
I'm glad
need
we
it.
cleared this up. No, the forgery was not necessary. Although I did, because we saw that flashback like 2 or 3 different times of him like blasting his parents away. I would have loved to see a flashback. A better flashback would be the argument between him and his parents of, you know.
Got it.
Yeah, as opposed
Yeah.
to like, oh, by the way, Black Bolt, I forged the signature to like have you have this, you know, surgery that never happened. He's smart enough to know not to like talk, right? Like, I thought he was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
because
he
even with it all being exposed and coming out the way it did, he didn't. Like, Maximus thought that would be enough to ignite in him to go ahead and kill him.
Yeah.
And so he still showed that he has enough self-control and, as the king, these leadership qualities to make the better decision.
Yep.
So that was nice. So salute to Black Bolt. We finally get to
So,
see
that's a Black Bolt.
him come to life.
Yeah, a little bit. Ish.
I mean, we're never going to see.
I know. I just wanted him to go through Terrigenesis and have this big battle royale, but it's you know,
Maybe
it's
we
TV.
will.
Yeah, you know, I'm rooting for a season 2. I don't know. What do you guys chat? What do you think? We always love involving you guys. Would you like a season 2? I'm looking at you guys right now. I can see if you're responding or whatnot. I would love.
You know who was? I don't know who was used kind of like weirdly tonight was Crystal. I just felt that
She
they
was
were just
barely
throwing
there.
her.
Yeah.
And they just threw
Yeah.
her in for like these setups. I didn't think that was necessary.
Well, she's, you know, the keeper of Lockjaw, so, you know, Lockjaw listens to her and, you know, had to teleport people all around, and
She was just the messenger.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She
We didn't get to
was.
see any kind of further
nothing, no
development for her.
resolution with Dave. I mean,
Well, we're back
no.
on Earth.
we're back on
so,
Earth.
Hey,
But where were they on Earth?
they were in like it looked like a stadium.
Looked like
or
a stadium,
something.
The
right?
NASA guy when Medusa went and met with.
Okay, so it's not NASA. I know we said that in the first
Oh, it
one.
was a fake
It's
NASA.
No, not even fake NASA. It was a private space exploration group.
Okay.
Because we had that little scene where the head of director, I'll just call him whatever his name is, was just like, "Oh, Luis, yeah, I thought you were crazy, but now you're just like, you know, lunatic," talking about like going to the moon, and
Yeah.
then we get to see Crystal come with Lockjaw, and he's just like jaw on the ground, like
So in that scene, he specifically says, "Yes, we want to keep you guys a secret, and we're going to help you." And he said, "I know a place for you to stay." So
Right.
he.
So who do you think the boss is? Because Luis was like, "Yeah, I tried calling the boss, but you guys never gave me the number." And he goes, "Yeah, for good reason." And then he's like, "I'll handle this. I'll talk to the boss." Thoughts? Theories?
Oh,
I have two
know,
people.
I know.
I have two
Yeah.
people
Like,
that
I
I'm
have-
thinking of.
I know who you're thinking of, but go ahead, you tell it.
No, you can't just throw that out on me. How about chat? Chat, I would love to see who you think the boss is. What?
Someone from the Marvel movies?
Oh, it's definitely someone from the Marvel movies, for sure.
Who is it?
Okay, so I either... This
I'm
is a
like,
stretch.
who
Is
is
it,
This
is
is
it
a
Samuel
stretch.
Jackson's character?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
going to go off of him or Tony Stark. One of the two.
Okay.
I think maybe more of Samuel Jackson because he's head of S.H.I.E.L.D. It would tie more into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, I don't watch the show. I forgot his name. He was in the movies, but maybe him.
Agent Coulson.
Agent Coulson. Yes, Agent Coulson. Agent Coulson could be the boss. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. You know what we didn't get? Any crossovers.
No crossovers. I know, I was sad. But I think if there were a season 2, we definitely get a crossover.
I would think that would
There's
really
so
benefit
much
them.
potential
There's
on Earth. Like,
so much.
Yeah, I think that's something to come or a setup, because with with it being a first season, from anybody else's perspective, they really didn't have a buy-in factor or a reason to create
do
a
a
crossover at this point.
I mean, I feel like if they had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. crossed over at least into one episode.
I mean, we
or
would
get,
enjoy it.
Get some type of character, one person, just to
I think it would make sense for this audience. We would definitely enjoy it, and it would help us to grow with the show more. But for it being brand new, if that was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it wouldn't necessarily make sense for me to just go ahead and decide, oh yeah, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
But I do think, I mean, based on the conversation and all that we saw, it does feel like a lot of their efforts are going in the direction of wanting, or if there is to be a season 2, here's what we could look
There's
at.
a lot of things that we could.
I don't think in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Inhumans were actually introduced onto the show until season 2.
Okay.
So I think, again, season 2 probably has a lot of potential for crossover.
I would think so. That'd be awesome.
And this season was a lot of like story building and character building.
Yeah.
Laying that foundation down.
Yeah.
And one thing I really did like, I remember on when I think Maximus, when he was talking about Medusa, so we got to see that Medusa has always had to choose between Black Bolt and Max.
That wasn't explored as much as I really wanted to like see flashbacks of that.
Yeah, because then they were saying that they were, Maximus, you were my only friend and this and that. But the thing I liked, he said, I don't know if she used to call him, but when he was like almost human, and when you think of like an inhuman, so I like that kind of play on words. Almost human, inhuman, barely human. So I would think, I would have liked to see more of that story, because it's clear that Medusa has always had to choose. Like, he's saying that they were best friends. I don't know how she had time to be best friends with you when Black Bolt was locked away and she was developing this sign language that you know about.
Yeah.
And
that was dropped. That was dropped. See,
Right.
that was a nice little like card from the sleeve that he pulled out, where he like knows everything Black Bolt is
How did you
personally
guys feel
saying
about
to
that?
Medusa.
I don't think it.
I don't think it really did
for
much.
him to.
It
I
didn't
don't
play
think
into
so
much
either.
of anything, because I mean, Medusa's pretty much just saying everything that he says. Regardless.
Yeah, that's something kind of sacred between Medusa and Black Bolt. I don't think he needed to know that.
Yeah, they should have.
For the sake of the episode, he kind of needed to talk to him one-on-one.
And that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Because he like was about to punch him. He's like, just use your language. I know how to speak
Yeah.
it. I was
Because
like,
without
okay.
it, where do we go from
We go
here?
from nowhere. Yeah,
Right.
seriously.
Yeah.
I do feel like, to go back to Medusa and Maximus, I think maybe they became friends at an older age. Like Black Bolt was courting her, and they were like falling in love and whatnot, dating. I think he was around, and she acted as if like it was a little brother kind of thing. So we probably didn't really need to get much flashbacks of that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, considering that like Tybor just disappeared, betrayed him, and that she would step in and be like, look, I get it.
Right.
You're human, but you're still part of the family. So
Yeah.
I really liked the scene with Medusa and Maximus when she was giving him that one last chance.
I wrote a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of
That was
that.
great.
That was a really good scene. Well, we saw. Okay, so this episode had a lot of good acting. I gotta say, because we had a lot of pulse checks. I think in episode 3 or 4 or somewhere in the middle, where we were just like really uneasy about like what type of acting we had going on here.
Yeah.
They stepped up their game for this episode. Rightfully so. It's the last one, but Medusa, Maximus. I mean, Gorgon wasn't really talking much, but I mean, can you guys think of any other guys that you really enjoyed?
No, I think you hit the head.
That was kind of it?
Medusa and Louise, Max, like.
I think there's a common thread here of Medusa. Like she has pulled the show kind of together.
Yeah, and I think with it being the last episode, it's all the suspense and emotion, and the lines, the dialogue is very powerful, and this sentiment. So I feel like they have maybe more to kind of play with to bring it out.
A lot of more stakes.
Yeah, it was really good to see. Like you said, that scene between them was perfect. Even when she up until destroyed the crystal, and kind of gave up on him as well. Yes, it was so good.
You know what I
She
thought
was done with him after that.
She was.
Yeah, and I love that Aron kept to her word.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Oh,
I'm
and not gonna.
touching
Yeah.
Medusa, like,
Because Oron just wants to see Attilan
do well.
Be safe.
Yeah,
she believed in Maximus.
She's got some good character intact. I didn't expect that
I
because
see why.
we saw her like just follow behind Maximus, but she was like, no.
Well, we thought she was just like
to my
ruthless
word.
killer, you know.
Yeah.
But I see why I think she was second command to Gorgon, right? I think that's what it was.
I believe
like
so.
that,
Yeah, I see why she was placed
Where she was.
because she's a good person.
Mhm.
She's a good person. She was just following the wrong person.
Yep, and we got to see her in the lineup
She had a
in
nice
the
arc.
end too.
She had a
She
nice
made
little-
it to Earth.
Did
She
she?
made it.
I didn't see her in the lineup.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
out there
She
with
was.
them.
I was writing down a lot. We had some deaths in this episode,
Oh,
but they were like so uneventful. It was just kind of like, come on, if you're gonna do a death, give me something.
And I don't know
a
what
little
it
bit better.
does to the story to have Declan. I didn't
Oh.
see that
Dr.
come.
Declan?
I didn't expect that.
I
For him
didn't
to
expect it
die.
either. Yeah, so we had Gorgon just like thrash him, just like throw him into the Terrigenesis thing, and I immediately was like, oh, there goes, any hope of Maximus going through that. Although they have other machines, but like everything crumbling, it would be hard to. I don't know,
Mhm.
but
I guess I can't really see his place in a season 2. I don't.
his place is
Right.
to help out Maximus. Maximus isn't dead. Maximus is stuck on that moon with like unlimited food and water. He will die of old age or boredom or kill himself. Regardless, he could still find a way to maybe get to Earth somehow. I don't know. Lockjaw, maybe come visit, and I don't know what it is, but there is a premise set up where Maximus can return, seek out Dr. Declan if he was still alive, and try and go through the Terrigenesis. I mean,
But now,
he could have just drank the water on Earth because that was polluted with the Terrigenesis crystals. I mean, I'm not sure how it works completely, but
That's a really
Yep.
good point.
Right?
But to Ashley's point, as far as Declan not being necessary in another season, because they can do Terrigenesis without him.
yes, but he was the head like DNA splicer or something. He had all this information. He had all of the powers that like Maximus wanted to be an Inhuman.
Right.
We didn't
So
get
now
that.
it could be a greater chance.
Yeah.
If Max does go through Terrigenesis, he has no control over, what could be the outcome. So
Yeah, well, if there is a season 2, hopefully they stick a little bit closer to the comic books. I thought we were going to get to see what his powers were. Unfortunately, we didn't, and Ashley was kind enough to tell us. I don't know. I'm sure the viewers know what the powers are. Do you want to know what it is in comics?
Or we might see it in season 2.
I
I
don't
know. I'm like, do we want to know?
It's kind of
Maybe,
cool.
maybe someone will break the news in the live chat.
Okay, I'm looking. I'm like,
But we had Dr. Declan die, so I guess it was somewhat necessary. He was the first human on the moon,
yeah.
or
Yeah.
an Atlantic. Oh God,
Attilan.
I keep wanting to say Atlantis. I don't know. I can't
going
speak tonight.
on?
I am
You know
sorry,
what's sad,
guys.
though? Poor Aldrak.
Yeah.
He just gets to fall apart. Like, he has no choice.
He's just a wall. I still
I'm glad
want to
he
know
had a
who
part,
he
though.
was. If that was an actual
Like a
a
person.
person. Can you imagine you going through Terrigenesis and then like, oh,
become
nothing
a
really
wall.
happened, and
Develop
then he's
into
like
this-
he's walking through like that fable rock garden that we're always in, and all of a sudden he like starts growing into like this wall. He's like, what am I? I'm just this wall. I don't know. It's just
Ivan broke the
interesting.
news. Do you want to hear
Oh,
it?
Yes, say it.
where is it?
Mind control.
Yes.
We
So
knew
Which-
Ivan would
cool.
tell
Which
us.
I you know what I
We love
kind
you,
of think
Ivan.
I
It's
think
great.
maybe the writers did a nice little nod to what his powers will be in this season because
Oh.
let me tell
Oh.
you, some of the things Maximus said I was believing, and I was just like, you convinced me.
Very manipulative.
Very manipulative,
Yeah.
which is akin to mind control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
That's a
especially
good
if,
point.
like you were saying at the end, where we saw like that whatever room it was with the panel light up.
Oh yeah, well that was the chair that they sit in.
Right, like in the control room.
Yeah, and it lit up blue, which is a little interesting because it was the same as the crystals.
I don't know,
I know, but the thing is, he wouldn't be able to get to that because
but if he had
Everything's
Minecraft,
Stuck in the bunker.
he's stuck.
Oh,
in the bunker.
yeah. he's gonna dig. We know he has to dig out. There's no show.
But if he's
without
gonna
Max.
dig out, that is 100% true. I don't know any. I mean, look, I'm not too much. Haven't followed too much of the comic books, so I don't know any other evil bad guys. But yeah, Maximus with season 2, he has
So
to be in
necessary.
it, 100%.
and he has a greater. you know, in a lot of ways you can think like he has even more revenge now to kind of plot on because I've really been like banished away and left alone, and you know, like.
But I just got something.
How
I just
great
got a
was
really
that,
good
though?
prediction. We'll get into that in a second. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just.
We
saying,
got time.
it was
We have
great.
time, so
It was
don't
great.
worry.
His
I'd
last
have
line,
something cool.
He just was like, "I am the King of Attilan."
Right?
Like,
Yeah,
That was
well,
right.
it became
It was
true.
so
Berjana, his little vision was
Bernaja.
Bernaja was
Yeah.
true.
But he had the way he handled it, like
Bernaja.
it's what else can I do but laugh at it? In the end, I am.
Yeah.
I felt for him.
king.
I was sorry. I felt bad for him.
That's what's great about the actors. You actually, I do feel bad for him, and I'm like, wait, I'm not supposed to feel bad.
I
For you.
shouldn't feel
Right.
bad for you,
Yeah.
but I do.
But I do because I know
I
you.
think. Yes, we know him, but I think also because he like actually came full circle
Yeah,
and was
he's
just
great.
like,
Mm.
he's like, Maximus, I wronged you. I put all this in motion and I wronged you, but you're still here like being a good brother to me, you know? And like they had their little closing moment, you know? I don't know. I guess I kind of did like Maximus towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked him throughout the whole season.
His craziness got to me sometimes. Like he
Yeah.
had cool crazy eyes, but I was just like,
Up and down with the
Yeah.
it was the
And he was an enjoyable character.
Let's
either
go through
good or
all. Let's
bad.
go through all the characters. I mean, the season's ending. What did you guys think? We got Maximus. We talked about Medusa. We liked a lot. Luis. We liked a lot.
Mhm.
How do we feel? Black Bolt, his arc and everything went. Were we happy? I mean, it's titled and finally Black Bolts. What did you think?
Right. Well, I
Did we like him?
I think we could like him. I mean, we do kind of see him rise back into being the king because from the very beginning, we really didn't get to meet him as a king. We knew that he was the king, but there was nothing to kind of connect with. And so now that we know like this journey that he's been on and the decision that he makes, it's nice to see. I think for me, he's still never going to be a character that I'm just like drawn to because he's so limited in
Yeah.
what he can do
have to
even
agree
in a
with you on
scene.
that, yeah.
I would be all for Black Belt if we got to see all of his power. Like he's more than just the voice. Like he's like he's one of the most powerful
Yeah.
Marvel characters. So if I got to see him really shine, then I would be.
It would make
all
sense
about
for
Black
you.
Yeah.
Belt.
Mm.
What about Karnak? I mean, we're all back on Earth.
We are.
Jarnak. Can we? There's a lot. Look, they have a lot set up. For
I don't think
there's a
Jarnak
season
will
two.
happen again.
Why
but
not? He was in love. Come on.
I'm okay
I
with
would
that
seek
not
her out.
happening. I know if Shauna was here, she would be all about
Why
that.
would you not be okay, guys? Would you like to see Jarnak come back? I mean, why not? Right?
But I'm interested to know because I feel like Karnak was another one of the characters who I really, really liked. I would want to see like. So at this point, do you guys think there's a chance that his powers can come back or no?
I think his powers have come back, but in a limited way.
Right. Do
In
you
a
think
way
he can
that-
ever be back full force to who
I don't
he
think
was?
he needs to be. I don't think he wants. I think he's more powerful the way he is now than he was before.
I think maybe over time.
Yeah.
Because I like his power, and if it didn't come back, I'd be a little upset by that.
Yeah.
He's so cool. Like I think over
Slicing
time.
the bullet and like.
Yeah.
Right,
it's
just to
amazing.
be able to calculate and the mind thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like his character as well, and with those abilities. So it would be nice to have him be able to walk into a room and say, "There's 3 ways I can kill you," and really know
Actually
how
know
to do
how
it.
to do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's
kind of
amazing.
ballsy. That was pretty. Yeah.
What about Gorgon though? I mean, do you think he will have a full recovery?
I need the only way I'm gonna invest myself back in Gorgon because I thought he was the people's champ. I thought he was a hero,
Yeah, he was
and
good.
now he's just such a different. Like the only way is if he were to come back to like his normal, fun kind of
Vibrant,
love.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
so
goofball.
different.
He was kind of a goofball.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just,
Did you notice how Medusa and Black Bolt, when they saw him, they weren't like, "Oh my God, you're back." They were like, "Oh no."
We're
Yeah.
not supposed to be back.
I mean,
to
Not
this.
Medusa-
supposed to be here.
Medusa had like a moment.
She had her like a Medusa
She had a
moment.
diva
A
moment.
diva
She had a
moment.
diva moment where she's like, if this was any other situation, we would have such a different conversation right now. We will handle this when we were done.
Right. If Attilan wasn't falling apart,
Yeah.
you'd be in big trouble.
Was there a diva moment? Did you guys see any? I had a different diva moment, like a happy diva moment.
Well, a
with Luis
bad
and
you could
Medusa.
say with Max when he was telling Aaron like,
Oh my God.
leave my or like wait outside.
When
Yeah.
the royal family
Yes.
was doing their speech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was with Aaron.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
wait
And
outside
he was
my
like, "This is
room."
my." Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she was like hour, and he was
Diva
like,
moment of the episode for sure.
that was it.
Yeah.
I think over the whole season, Max maybe wins the diva moment.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, how can he not, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys feel about the very last scene when they're all on Earth and the royal family looks amazing? Like, they had an outfit change. She had amazing shoes on, Medusa. Like,
they're back to their comic book.
But her dress, was it always like short on one? Like she had like a split? It was like enhanced.
Black Bolt had a cape on and stuff.
Yeah.
I think Black Bolt has like a power to does he have the power to fly? I feel like I've seen him. I've seen him like glide around and things. I'm not sure.
Pretty like 99% sure he does.
So maybe that's why the
I just
cape
thought the
was
last.
the nod.
I loved their look. I wish that kind of was their look throughout the whole season.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was a little funny that they had time to change or something.
Yeah. Yeah, because Black Bolt
from Attilan
he
back
literally
to Earth,
went right through Eldorak and was wearing like those normal clothes, went through Eldorak, and then all of a sudden,
they look great though. I did like that look.
You did like that look.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and all of them we saw. Crystal, like it was nice to see the whole royal family back with new outfits. I thought that was cool.
I am so happy.
If there were a season 2, I would be very upset if Medusa didn't have her hair back.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think they are going to give her hair back.
They have to.
I think they need to, but I don't know. I don't know if they would.
They have to.
But I was thinking that watching the episode, like her hair hasn't grown any yet. Like she was saying, like short. Like it's just still this buzz cut.
I know.
I don't know, but I would like to see them. If when there's a season 2 back in like everybody's back in full force, kind of acclimated on Earth. Like I don't know how that happens or what it looks like.
What do you guys think about like where they're gonna go now? I mean, obviously the head of director, Space Guy, brought them to this like place. Do you think maybe Black Bolt mentioned Attilan isn't a place, it's us,
right?
How do you guys feel about that?
I think they're definitely going to take that with them. We saw when she was speaking, she's speaking to the people of Attilan. So wherever they are, I think they're going to build their own community, their own kind of world, so to speak. I don't think they're just going to get to Earth and be here to party.
Regular
Did
human.
you guys see Thor by any chance?
I didn't see the new.
Oh no, I haven't.
So someone in the comment in the chat earlier, like right before we started, I don't know how this happened, but pretty much that's the same exact line Thor says at the end of the movie. I won't give it away if you guys haven't seen Thor yet, but Thor says something in regards to where he lives and his people, and I was kind of like, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I just saw this actually like last week when I saw the movie, but like I get it. It's cool, We'll see. So
the Inhumans are protected on Earth.
yes.
That's what we were led to believe. So I think that they would thrive too, and
I think so.
yeah. I think
so.
they would have their own Attilan on Earth.
Right.
I think so, especially, and I think we also have all those other Inhumans that were being kind of collected by maybe Maximus and that we could delve into. There's a lot. I mean, let's wrap up. Let's get into like what you guys overall season arc. You guys like it? Did you like it? Would you like to see season 2? And we can get into predictions after that. What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Keith, why don't you start off?
Overall, I think that it has been an interesting, ride. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. I feel to a certain point we've got to really get invested into the show. So it's nice for shows to have a season 2. But for me, I think I'm okay if they leave it here because I don't know how invested I would want to have to get back into the story.
Now they left us with a cliffhanger. Would you rather them kind of like wrap it up, and just be like, that's it?
No,
Or
I
do you
kind of like the
You
cliffhangers
do?
where you
Okay.
get to pick and choose in your head how
Okay,
you
yeah,
want the
yeah.
world to go.
Okay, I
So
can
I'm
respect
okay
that.
with that. If there's a season 2, I feel like I would definitely, they would have to make sure in their first episode that you got to bring us more. So it would have to green light. I don't know if there's a bunch of more action or what, but it would
More
have to
characters,
be.
maybe. More
It would have to be
powers,
something that's
yeah.
just jam packed
Yeah.
so that we can commit back because it's been a bit of a ride. For just to be 8 episodes, we did have a few moments, a few bumps where we just kind of had to trudge through to get back into the story.
Oh yeah. Tell me about
So
it.
that's how I feel.
Okay, Ashley.
So I felt like the first season was a lot of character building, and we got to see life on Attilan and a little bit on Earth, and all the characters I feel like have developed.
Love the development.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the growth.
but I would definitely. I like that they're on Earth. I don't want them to be in Hawaii. I would love them to be in like
Somewhere else.
New York or a major city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like any sort of like Marvel or they always the city, or he's just like kind of is a better fit.
Right.
I definitely want to see their powers. I want to see a lot of crossover, a lot more action.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a great base and we know who these characters are, so let's bring on the action, and I'd be like really stoked.
Yeah. I enjoyed the season, guys. It was a lot of fun. The panel has been great.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, Shauna's not here to help us end it out. But you know what? For what the Marvel Inhumans are and what we were given, I think they did a good job for what it is for TV. You know, it's not a movie. We don't have 2 hours where they get multi-million dollars to throw at it with amazing CGI and whatnot. And
exactly.
For what it is, I think we had a great story that was told. Could have been done better, of course, but we got what we got.
Or
I
maybe
enjoyed
not. It was a great, like you said, a movie. It has to go very quickly. You have to understand who these characters are right away. But on a TV show, we get to see them grow over time, which I thought they did well.
They did very well, and that's why overall I do like it. I know we got to rag on it a little bit now towards the later episodes, but still, we had a good time. We got to learn a lot. For sure, definitely delved more into Marvel because of the show, which is great.
Yeah.
I always love expanding that universe.
I'm excited to start Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I definitely.
I'm
going to go back and watch those too.
I need to go back and watch those. I don't have enough time already as is, but I'll squeeze more TV in there.
I think they did a good job in creating fans out of us. So.
I think they did. And I think our fans also might agree. I mean, I know you guys liked it. You kind of didn't like it. I don't know. Tell us in the chat. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Let's get into predictions. I know we don't know if there's a season 2, but we could always still predict something, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Doug. You said you
I do. Thank you.
Said.
So, my predictions. We're back on Earth.
Right.
I do think Black Bolt is going to feel guilty. And he's going to have a moment with Medusa. And he's going to be like, I think I could save my brother. I'm going to see him. Something happens that lead to Maximus escaping. But it's not going to be in a sense where Maximus is going to try and get revenge. Maybe the first episode, he'll be like, oh, I'm pissed off at you. But then a greater evil will come. And they will have to team up together. He'll get his powers in some way, through some form. And we'll have, similar to like how Thor and Loki, they're enemies. They'll have to work together to fight a greater evil. And I think if season 2 does happen, we'll get to see a lot more Inhumans, the sub-Inhumans, maybe more of Black Bolt's powers. We'll get to explore that a little bit more. I think there'll be a lot more love interests. Maybe Jarnak will come back, Crystal and Dave. I would like to see. That way, it is a nice blend between like the superhuman powers and then like romance and stuff. Because I mean, like I'm a sucker for a romance, so why not, right? Is the chat going wild? What are they saying?
Agents can cancel. Somebody said what, and I didn't know.
Looking through it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I hope Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't going to get canceled. But yes, those are my predictions. What do you guys think? Season 2, what could possibly happen?
That was a really great prediction.
I mean, you wrote the second season, so.
Well, what's going to happen to Gorgon? Somebody.
Okay, so
do we want to see him come back to who he is?
Yeah.
Is he going to be more primal, instinct, animalistic,
Gorgon definitely went back with them. He chose on his own
to go back.
Oh,
we didn't even highlight that.
So I think the fact that he chose to live...
Human.
Yeah, is him showing that he is going to work on himself, or like he's still in there.
Yeah.
So I think they're all going to evolve. They're better people now. They're better Inhumans.
Are we going to get to see Luis and Medusa kind of blossom in friendship?
I think Luis is going to be a major part. I think she's going to be like a helper.
Yes.
A great sidekick. I think too that Black Bolt will feel sad, and he'll go back. He'll bring Lockjaw. I think he's going to do it secretly though.
Man, I would hate for him to do that though, because he already learned. He should learn his lesson. What he did with his wife last time.
But I do think people, sometimes they don't change.
Sometimes people don't change.
That's true.
I do like what you said. I think that there's going to be a greater evil. I kind of think Maximus is going to play the nice card, and he's going to be like, I'm better now. My time alone gave me some time to think. And
I hope
when
so.
he gets his power,
as soon as he gets the chance,
he's going to turn you crazy. I definitely would like to see some crossover, some romances. I would love to see like the romance between Quicksilver and Crystal, which is a whole thing. Wow. But yeah, I'd love to see some major crossovers and a lot of action. And I I'm just saying that I would love to see it, so I'm predicting that that's gonna happen.
That's gonna
That's what
happen.
this is.
Putting
Yeah,
it out
there you
there.
go.
Yeah.
That's
What
what
about
we're
you?
talking about.
Like I said, at this point, it took me for a ride. I don't feel like I made any predictions that were accurate. So
Same.
I would.
I did.
Right?
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. So I would like to see
Shauna was good at those.
all those things kind of come about. I think it'll be a really good storyline to have the brothers become brothers
And
kind
come
of
together and
everybody
fight
work
off of something
together.
else, right? That'd be
Yeah,
so
and I want to
cool.
see Triton in all of his glory on.
He was a
on Earth.
badass.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see more of him. That
Yeah.
ninja martial arts
and
thing.
having them back on Earth, it gives the spotlight. There's plenty that he can do because he's a water kind of based power. So let's see it.
Yeah. Well, what do you
Bring
think,
it.
guys? Anything else you want to say?
I'm really happy with the season. I would love to see season 2.
Yeah.
Me too.
It was great.
All right, guys.
And it was fun working with you guys.
It's
Yeah,
been a pleasure.
It was fun, and the chat was amazing.
Oh yeah, you guys are
yeah.
awesome. Thank you so
Without
much.
them,
Seriously,
right?
without you guys, we'd be so lost. I mean, Ivan, shout out to you guys. You're the man, dude. Well, guys, that's the season, episode 8. It's been a journey. It's been a pleasure. We love you all. We would love to see you come back for season 2. We don't know what's gonna happen. Will it happen? Yes, no, I don't know. Internet's a very powerful thing. So if you guys want to see it, get out there and
Let the people
let
know.
the people know. Yeah, so it's been a pleasure for hopefully not the last time. You could find me all over across social media, Zach with a CH, Silverman 2. Here's my lovely panel, guys. Where can I find you?
Yay. Hey guys, I'm Ashley Brinkman. You can find me at Ashley_Brinkman. I had such a great time talking with you guys and talking with you guys about the show.
Yes, it was such a great pleasure, and this was a pretty dope panel. I'm super sad that Shauna can't be here.
Shauna. She's here
But
in
we
spirit, it's okay.
did good. It was a good show. You guys can find me everywhere on social media at Keith_Andre, and you can find me here at AfterBuzz Monday night, Shaunaland News.
Woo.
Awesome, guys. Until next time, thank you for watching AfterBuzz.
See you later.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.